Aloha cousins, welcome, it is the Doorman, and I am opening the door on a different channel this time. I am opening on the man from across the sea from me, the man that is in a different time zone. Poker Pidge, how are you doing today?
I am doing quite well. I'd say quite well.
It's miserable, got done with work and
rainy.
Everything.
Yeah, miserable and rainy here, but apart from that, yeah, doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing fairly well. For people on Poker Pidge's side that do not know, I am from the US, he is from the UK, so it is morning time for me, pushing noon, probably evening time for him, pushing night, probably to a degree.
Yeah, it is certainly.
But for the people that is now discovering your channel, explain a little bit about yourself, you know what I mean? Like what you do, what's your hobbies, what's your blood type?
I don't actually know my blood type.
I don't know either.
Yeah. But yeah, in terms of the channel, there's not much going on right now. For now, we're on a bit of a hiatus, a little break. But you'll see some Pokemon music quizzes going up every now and again, about once a month. So if you're interested in Pokemon music and you want to test yourself, have a look at the channel. Have a look at some of those. I think there's about 5 of them I've done so far.
I may make videos about that actually now. I may do that now. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, so apart from that and the EBL battles, yeah, there's not too much going on with the channel. It's on a calming down period while I try and get some life stuff done.
Hey man, you always gotta take care of that life stuff. It's one of those, that life stuff ain't going nowhere. Sometimes it's like, okay, we gotta go Zen mode.
Exactly.
But it's one of those, we have EBL Season 6 getting ready and everything. It's gonna be over September 2nd, I believe? Yes, September 2nd, I believe.
Yes.
What is going through your head as we get closer to the start of the season?
That I should probably do something for a start. I should probably do something. What's going through my head as we get to the start of Season 6 is hopefully it's all going to go well. It's all going to go according to plan. We've already had to change a few plans. Yeah. So I'm just hoping as we get closer that nothing else goes wrong. We'll have a good time. But in terms of personally with my own team and everything, yeah, as we get closer, I'm just now thinking of different things I could do with the team I drafted. Certain what do you call it? Surprising things that some of my mons can do.
Yeah.
And compared to the obvious things that some of them can do, a few tricks up the sleeve that I could pull. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going through my head going into this season.
Oh, no problem. Speaking of your team and stuff like that, we're going to talk about the team that you drafted. For the Essex Espions, they got their beloved Mew back. They have their Zamazenta back again. They have Volcarona, Mimikyu, Excadrill, Skiddo. They returned the Mudsdale, Toxtricity, and a wild card, Ditto. How do you feel about your team? And honestly, how did your draft go? Did you get sniped? Were you able to get everything that you wanted? Were you like, all right, I'm confident no one's gonna pick this, so I ain't gonna worry about it till the very end?
I don't often really get sniped because my shortlist is usually too long, basically. There's a couple of Pokemon I would have liked that I didn't get. So then I had to sort of think on my feet for a few things. I think a Toxtricity was thinking on my feet for a while. It was one of those where it's like, I need an electric type, but pretty much all of the good ones are gone. And then I realised Toxtricity was there and it hadn't been drafted, which I know it's not like an exceptionally amazing one, but when I saw it hadn't been picked, I was like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those, like, underneath the radar ones, you're like, wait a minute, I'm just going to yoink you real quick.
Yeah, it was a case of like, oh, I know it won't be as great as some other ones on my team, or even some other electric types or poison types that appear throughout this season, but I still think it will do a good job. In terms of the Ditto, that was just a 9th pick of let's just have some fun. Let's have some fun. My 9th pick, yeah, it was going to be that. I had Wobbuffet on there for a 9th pick. I had Shedinja on there. It was like, I want to choose something that's going to be just, yeah, something that nobody
It's one of those,
would
if
use.
it could work out, it's going to be the most fun thing ever, if not, eh.
Yeah, I've got a couple of ideas for it already that I think are going to be exceedingly brilliant. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Alright. So with your team and everything, are you more confident going in this season with the team, or are you less confident than going with this team and stuff like that?
I'm probably, compared to the start of last season, I'm probably more confident because last season's team was a team of Pokemon that had never been picked before. Mm-hmm. So I sort of had, not little confidence, but I had sort of, alright confidence. Okay, so for 5 seasons, no one has deemed these Pokemon usable. Now I've got to try and do something with them.
Yeah.
So that was last season. This season, back to choosing Pokemon I want. Mm-hmm. So already more confident. And seeing Mew on that list, bringing that back, confidence is high.
Yes, because that Mew is terrifying. Learns every single thing. It's just terrifying.
It is. I mean, in this format, singles, no items, this format, I don't know why it took so long for Mew to get drafted. And I'm the only one that's ever drafted it. I didn't pick it last season, and nobody snapped it up, which I was surprised with.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mew's very good for this format, and as I proved last season, Zamazenta as well can be as good.
Zamazenta's really good, because it's one of those everybody's like, well, it's not Zacian. I'm like, it still gets a plus defense, and there's body press.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just as good as Zacian, but it gets the defense, not the attack raise with the ability. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. So, with going through your team and everything, we have two questions for you. Any Pokemon you feel on your team that could get an MVP, easily be like sweep MVP for the week, maybe even for the logo? And is there any Pokemon that, like you said, is going to be underneath the radar, is going to come up and just be like this monster behemoth that's going to be like, I destroy you completely?
Well, Zamazenta could get a few good kills in if it gets rolling. If the ball gets rolling on it easily. I think that's quite an obvious answer there for who could get an MVP.
Definitely. I was thinking Mew or Zamazenta, yeah.
Yeah, I'm quickly just going to open up my team again just to reacquaint myself. Underrated Pokemon. I think Mudsdale surprised a lot of people last season. Mm-hmm. And I think I said that. I think that's what I answered in the pre-season interview last season. I think I said Mudbray was going to surprise a few people, and it did.
Yeah, it definitely does, with stamina and stuff, yeah.
Exactly, yeah, because obviously people think of it as this defensive bulky mon, which it is, but it's also got that offense to it, which I don't think people have been familiar with. Because obviously last season I showed, I think I used Max Knuckle a couple of times on it, so I was getting hit whilst Dynamaxed, raising my defense whilst using Max Knuckle and raising the attack. Yeah. Obviously it's slow, but then last season I teamed that up with Trick Room a couple of times, and so MVP probably the Zamazenta, maybe a Volcarona, but yeah, underrated I will say Mudsdale again, and I would just warn people, don't sleep on Ditto. It's not there for a gimmick. It's not just going to come 1 week and sit back. It's I've got plans for it. So.
Oh yeah, no, it's one of those. No, Ditto can be terrifying. Imposter copy all the stats. So if you try to set up a Pokemon and stuff like that, and you set up the Ditto's going to copy the exact thing. Yeah. And as far as it could be a speed type, could not be a speed type even, just depending on how the Pokemon is built and stuff like that. So Ditto can be terrifying.
Yeah, indeed.
Alright, let's look at your schedule here real quick. Let me just pull that back up, even though I have it right over here. But that's for the first week, not for the all weeks. Okay, so week 1, you're up against the Detroit Luxrays, which is Max. Week 2, you're up against the New York Metas, which is Metamaxis. Week 3... No, I read that wrong. Okay, you're on the other side. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, you fight Max again. That's not right. Okay, so you fight Jakey, the Snowdonian Frostmoss, for week 3. Yeah. For week 4, you face off against me, the Texas Tyranitar. And then week 5... Okay, I can't read anything. I'm so sorry. Week 5, you face off against Dude. I was like, wait a minute. Hold it here. Something's not right. Yeah. Because that was the 3rd time. I'm like, wait, why are you fighting Max again? You just destined to fight Max 3 times. Okay, that's what it is.
There you go. I'll battle him 3 times. We'll have a best of.
But, so looking at your schedule and stuff like that, what are your thoughts about seeing it? Because I know we had one schedule beforehand, because people do not know. We used to have 12 coaches, but then life sort of happened with a couple people, which is understandable. Life always does happen. Can't stop it, like we said earlier. They had to drop out, so we now have 10 coaches instead of 12. We had to redo the schedule. So what are your thoughts after seeing the new schedule? And you can share difficulties based on the previous schedule and the new schedule have. And how would you rate, how would you rate your season? And then what are your thoughts on after seeing the different schedules and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, the first schedule I had I drafted up. The way it was set up, that we have 3 semi-finalists left. We had 3 semi-finalists left, and they all played each other. So they had 2 games against each other, and then everyone else would play. All the other 9 coaches would play 1 semi-finalist, and then 4 against themselves. Just to make the schedule nice and easy. Basically, semi-finalists get a more difficult schedule on paper, and everyone else. So I was playing the other remaining semi-finalists of Maxis and Sly Guy.
Yeah.
And then we had a couple of dropouts, and I just had to change the schedule around again.
Yeah,
so now
people do not know, Hedge is a commissioner. He's in charge of the whole thing. So
yes, exactly. Oh, cool. Yeah, but this season I've actually got 4 new fresh battles in terms of EBL proper, because I haven't battled Max. This is our 4th season in the same league, and I haven't battled him yet. So I actually have Max. Jakey's a new battle. Newt's a new battle. And technically Maxis, in terms of EBL proper, is a new battle. I played him in the Little Cup, which was fun.
Yeah, we did the Little Cup. Yeah, you based him there, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So, but in terms of EBL sort of league proper, I've got 4 new battles, and then me and you as a rematch. I think possibly maybe the 3rd, 4th time? I don't know.
Because we did the week 5, we did the play-in match, and I don't think we did any other fight because of that. I don't think so.
No.
If there is, I don't remember.
We had a battle. We had the lost battle that never counted.
Well, yeah, the lost battle, and then we had the lost battle. Then we had the play-in battle because I managed to win. No, it was the play-in battle. It was like the quarterfinal battle or something like that.
Yes, that was it. So 3 times officially, 4 unofficially. I don't know. Either way, I've played you, and then you beat me in Little Cup as well. So I've played you. I think I've played you more than anyone else in EBL. So
yeah, it was the playoff semifinals. It was me and you. Yeah.
Yes, that was it. Yeah. So if anything, seeing you on the schedule is like, yep, there we go. There's the there's the annual me versus Alan battle. That makes sense.
It's always gonna happen.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm very excited actually. The way that it's set up now, that I've got 4 new battles, especially playing Jakey as well. First time playing Jakey. It's going to be good. It's going to be enjoyable. Last season I got to face Nate, and now this season I get to face Jakey. So it's a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it.
All the Brits versus each other.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so talking about facing people and stuff like that, new people. Is there anyone on your schedule that you would like to face that you're not facing now?
Well, I would throw Nate in there, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Because of the UK rivalry, you have to have that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And especially now Nate's got an exceptionally difficult team. Yeah, so I would say definitely Nate Tube, just on the friendly rivalry front. But then, also probably Sly Guy in there as well. Because the only way I can battle him is if I get to the final, and I may not do that. It's entirely possible that I could go 0-5. Who knows? So it would be nice to play him because obviously he got to the final last season, and I like a challenge. I want to take on a finalist. So
understandable.
Exactly. Yes, I would have liked to face up against him. I was on the original schedule, but not anymore. So I guess I'll just have to try and get to the final and hope he gets there.
Yeah, me and Timmy were on the schedule to fight each other. Now we're not. And I'm just like with Timmy. I'm like, well, I'll see you in the finals.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Which is entirely possible. So yeah, Nate on the friendly front, and then Sly Guy on the sort of more battling front.
All right. I like both of those answers, definitely. Looking at all the different teams within the Mega Conference and within the Dynamax Conference, is there any teams that look the most dangerous, not including your own? And then at the same time, is there any underrated teams that you see throughout everything and stuff like that? Is there some that you're like, they're going to perform very well? Yeah,
I feel like the obvious answer here is the New York Metas team. That is, their whole team is a team of Pokemon basically that are quite well known in the competitive scene, except possibly Chandelure. However, that's still a good Pokemon. Let's be honest.
No, that's still a really good Pokemon. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, this is a different format. It's not doubles with items. It's singles, no items. However, all of those Pokemon are in the they're in the ownership of Maxis, who is he's very educated on and experience on the competitive side. He knows these Pokemon. He knows what they can do, and also knows what they can't do. So I think even though it's a different format, having them in his hands is always going to be a challenge. As proved last season, I know you bested him, but he only
I got lucky with that one. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of those. It was the first battle in the new format and everything. I think it threw him off because after that first battle, he turned right around and was able to perform really well. So I think I just got lucky on the new format and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's I'd say that's a scary team in terms of underrated teams. Let me go back over to the thing of the teams. In terms of underrated team, not just because he's a friend of mine, but I am going to say Nate's team I think is underrated. Or it could cause a surprise, especially with that Mewtwo. Any team with a Mewtwo is scary. But he's got the speed from the Alolan Raichu and the Crobat. He's got the Bulker double, he's got the Prankster in Klefki. He's got even that Galarian Articuno, if he can get the best out of that, it's pretty good. He's got some Pokemon on there that can cause trouble if he wants to, offensively or defensively, and like I say, even speed. He's probably got one of the quicker teams, so it's going to be difficult to take him down. I think that's all I'm saying. 100% difficult to take him down. So as long as he gets his practice in and he knows what he's doing, you're not going to have an easy battle against that team, I think.
Yeah, definitely. His team is, not gonna lie, kind of scary to a degree at the same time.
Yes,
with the Mewtwo and the Klefki, because the Klefki's got Prankster, can set up hazards very easily, because it's also very defensively. So he can set up, he can do what he needs to do and stuff like that. I think he's gonna be very underrated this season.
Definitely.
Okay, and then with the last few final questions here, how do you think your record with the season will go and everything? Do you think you're going to be able to sweep everybody, or do you think it's going to be an underdog story? And then at the same time, after your record and everything, why will you be the champion of Season 6?
Well, my record in EBL, for every single one of the 3 seasons I've done, every single one, after week 3, I've been 1 and 2. And then I have won weeks 4 and 5. Yeah. Every single season.
So you're like, I'm ready, trip, and then you're like, I'm up now, I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to say the same thing this season. I'm going to go 3 and 2. Okay. I'm going to possibly, I've got you week 4, so you could be the first person in 4 seasons to beat me in a week 4 or 5 game. But not even looking at my opponents, I'm just going to assume that I'm going to do exactly the same again. Go 1 and 2 in the first couple of battles, and then win weeks 4 and 5 somehow. And then that will propel me to the final, and I'll win 6-0. But yeah, why will I be champion? I don't know. I not in like a downbeat way, but I don't think I will. However, if I were to, I don't know. Just the experience from before, and maybe I'll start paying people off some bribes. Yeah.
Be like, hey. Psst, psst.
Exactly.
Hey. I can give you the trophy. Just one of those, just let me win.
They give you the money. Yes, exactly. But yeah, that'll be one.
Yeah. Is there any promos or plugs that you want to tell the people and everything before we end off the interview here for today?
To be honest, not really, no. I know it sounds silly. I just don't have anything planned except the EBL matches. I haven't even got my...
need to tune in for. So remember, September 2nd.
Exactly. Saturday, September 2nd. The week before that, we will put our pre-season roundup video up, which we're about to record. But yeah, so yeah, look out for those. In terms of PokePidge channel, it's still on the wind down. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now.
Yeah, you gotta have the calm before the storm.
Exactly.
But thank you everybody for watching. Don't forget to like everything so that way we know you like it and we can keep making the stuff that you like. And with that, we'll see you next time. Peace.
Thank you for watching this video. I do recommend the couple I've put on screen now. I've got the little subscribe circle. Click it if you want. Well, click something.